Here for another week of Talkin' Ball with Coach Gut. Jeff Jazeski alongside Coach Mike Gatilius. Coach, Cardinal weekend, one of the most exciting weekends of the year around these parts, whether it's the alumni from your program coming back to be a part of it, and really just alumni from all of our athletic programs coming back to be in the stands, to be in the tailgate lots, surrounding the field. How much of a boost is that atmosphere change where we have good crowds other weeks, but this is where it really turns up a little bit?
Yeah, the Cardinal weekend is always an unbelievable experience. I enjoy our crowds of regular games, and we get good turnout and great fans. But there is something extra special when you have thousands of people that come back and are excited to be around a football game and are bringing that energy and that juice. It's not like any other game.
Last week against Moravian, you have a strong third quarter. You get right back into the game, have a chance to win. It ultimately doesn't go that way. But when you look at some of the things that you were able to do coming out of halftime, adjustment-wise, to get yourselves back into that game and get it back within one score, what was the biggest thing you keyed on that you said, okay, that's what we have to take and that's what we have to continue doing moving forward?
Really, the big thing was to stop hurting ourselves. I've talked to the guys about, possession, keeping the ball when you have it, taking it away when you don't, and then making sure we tried to limit penalties. And when we did those two things, we were pretty good. We had some penalties that really hurt us early, and then some that hurt us late. And and the possessing the ball is the big thing. It's not a secret to anybody. If you give it to the other team, you're going to lose a chance to score. And when you take it away, you get another chance. And so, just driving home those basic message to the guys that we just need to stay with the process, keep working. It's one day at a time. We need to keep stacking on what we've been doing. Obviously, the results aren't what we want, but that we're certainly not going to change course just because we've had some adversity.
Now, when we've done these senior spotlights, a lot of the guys, when talking about the difference between the New Mac and the Landmark, have talked about how much some of the Landmark teams throw the ball and how that's been an adjustment. What have you seen from a coaching standpoint that's kind of had to lead to some adjustments in how you've run defenses in the past and how you have to do it this year in this new league?
Well, I think, we are seeing a little bit more of most of the teams throwing the ball. So I think what I've found is everybody's got a good quarterback. We haven't seen any team where I'm like, oh, this is a guy we can take advantage of. We've really had to account for all the quarterbacks, and everybody's had some really good receivers. And then the run game's a little bit different. We played option teams in the New Mac a lot. And in this conference, it's more of zone and power. So we've had to adjust on how, even when the run game is in effect, how do we defend it? And I think, that has been a challenge for our guys to really get used to having multiple reads and layers on top of it, being able to get a run-pass read and then fit the right spot.
All right, Coach, finally, what's been the messaging at practice this week in the lead up to this game, keeping the guys within the emotion of Cardinal weekend and on the search for that first win in the Landmark?
Yeah, and it's not really an exciting message to some of the guys, but it's stay with our process. We need to go 1-0 this week, and that means taking care of business today. It goes back to the old Bill Belichick of do your job. And we don't need any superhuman efforts, but we do need guys to do what they're responsible for. And that they need to trust their teammates, and they need to look to their left and right, and then look ahead and say, I'm going to do what I have to do to make sure that my job is done for this group.
All right, Coach, best of luck this weekend. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Jeff.